Coming up on Fulton Today, the city of South Fulton administers the official oath of service to police officers who will protect their community. Also, Fire and Rescue honors the memory of one of its long-time dedicated members. And the Sheriff's Office is asking for your help in ensuring families don't go hungry this holiday season. That and much more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Fulton County Police take the official oath of service for the city of South Fulton as the transition of all of the services nears completion. FGTV's Brian Robinson has the story.
Now that the police department is sworn in, they, along with Fire and Rescue and Parks and Recreation, are notified of their start dates with the new city.
For the 9th time, Fulton's leaders met with county employees who will likely be employed by the city of South Fulton. Police, Fire, and Parks and Recreation are the remaining departments who had not transitioned to the city because of an uncertain start date. But now they all know when those start dates will be.
Since we met last, we got notification that Parks and Rec will be on January 8th, the transition of 2018. Fire will be February 26th. 2018, and police will be March the 26th.
And for the first time, the city's mayor, William Bill Edwards, spoke to the employees. Before answering questions, he told everyone that he knew he was getting the best employees.
All the work that you've done with Fulton County all these years, your work was valuable, and you have been trained by the best place you could have been trained with, and that's in Fulton County.
The day before the transition meeting, the mayor administered the oath of service to Fulton County police officers at Zion Hill Baptist Church.
In accordance with the rules of said police department. So help me God. Welcome.
Administering the oath now ahead of the March 26 transition date allows for traffic enforcement inside South Fulton city limits. The mayor told his men and women in blue he was proud they were the first group of officers to be administered the oath.
We're excited about this police department, and you know that anything we do is the first. This is the first police department that's going to be coming over to the new city. We want them to be safe. We want them to have the equipment that they need, and it's our job to make sure that they do so.
Since Parks and Recreation will be the next department to transfer, the next step is to lay out a game plan for their move.
One final note about Mayor Edwards' speech during the employee transition meeting. He did say that the city of South Fulton will have a new name come the end of December. He said it's got to be a name that people can pronounce and one that represents its communities and neighborhoods. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Brian Robinson.
Thank you very much, Brian. Meanwhile, Fulton's Fire and Rescue family pays tribute to one of its longtime dedicated employees. A new fire engine was dedicated in honor of the late Reginald Smith, who passed away in January of 2016 after battling a long illness. The dedication ceremony took place at Station 11. Family, friends, colleagues, and South Fulton officials were all there to celebrate Reginald Smith's life and his 25 years of service with the Fire and Rescue Department.
I thought the dedication was very nice. I've never attended a dedication before, and I didn't know what it entailed, but it was very, very nice and touching.
Whether he provided analysis or advice during his time as an administrative coordinator, Reginald was beloved by his peers and known for his debonair style.
Reggie was a champion for the Fulton County Fire Rescue Department. He was instrumental in procuring the grants, the safer grants that kept lots of firefighters employed.
I think this is the first time we've named a fire truck after an employee that wasn't a fire chief. So this is really a great honor for him. He was a longtime employee of the county, and this is it's kind of just a symbolic. He worked hard. This fire engine is going to work hard.
The new fire engine, which has a plaque on the driver's side that bears Reginald Smith's name, is now in use and serving the residents of South Fulton. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office continues to do its part to ensure that Fulton County seniors are safe. The office took part in the 2017 SALT conference, and some of the information that they shared could have been considered as life-saving. Sheriff Ted Jackson joins us now to tell us more about this year's conference. Sir, good to see you. Thanks for joining us here on Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thank you for having me.
So we've covered this story for a couple of years, but remind everybody exactly how this initiative came about.
This is an initiative with a partnership that we have with SALT, and that's seniors and law enforcement together. We've been with them for a number of years, and our whole goal in working together is to make sure that they don't become victims of crime, whether it be violent crime, fraud, terrorism, or any other crimes.
And as we mentioned, you shared some good information with the seniors. What do you hope that they heard most?
There are two major concerns that we believe. One is violent crime and them being victims of violent crime by young people and also by gang activity. Second deals with identity fraud, white-collar crime types where they're preyed on, P-R-E-Y, by people that are trying to take advantage of them financially.
And you all partner with a number of other law enforcement and public safety agencies, including East Point and College Park. Talk to us about this collaboration.
Well, the partners are not only just law enforcement, but it's also fire department and social services. We want to provide as much valuable information to the seniors as we can get, and also give them an opportunity for contacts in the future if they need to reach out for information.
And Sheriff, let me get your final thoughts.
I think we need to spend more time together, all of us, law enforcement and the community, to protect our seniors. Our seniors, because of the nature of them being honorable and also being a little bit gullible, we have to work with them to help them make best decisions so that they do not become victims of crime.
Fulton County Sheriff Ted Jackson, always great to have you, sir. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you again for giving me this opportunity. It helps us all get the message out to seniors, and we're grateful for your input.
Meanwhile, the Sheriff's Office is asking for help to help others this holiday season. Employees with the office will once again collect items for this year's Thanksgiving basket food drive, targeting grandparents that are raising their grandchildren. The goal is to prepare and provide a full meal for 140 to 150 families.
Sheriff Jackson noticed during his interactions with seniors that there were a lot of seniors raising their grandkids, so he wanted to make sure he was able to provide some assistance to them for the holidays.
Now, the Sheriff's Office would appreciate any item, including ham, turkey, canned fruit, or vegetables, rice, or string beans, and you can bring them to your local Fulton County Sheriff's Office division and place them in decorated barrels. And also, you can call them if you want to schedule a pickup. That number, 404-612-6624.
Sheriff Jackson not only wants to focus on public safety issues, but he wants to make sure to address all concerns of the community.
If you want more information, just call the Sheriff's Office. With the general and special election in the rear view, now Fulton's elections officials are focusing on the runoff. There were a number of races where candidates did not get 50% plus one of the vote, and therefore registered voters will have to cast ballots again for a winner.
The election runoff is on December 5th, and we will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. We'll have that extra hour again for this election because it contains an Atlanta municipal general.
And just like the special and general election, there will be an early voting period, but instead of lasting 3 weeks, this will only last 1.
We will have early voting from November 27th to December 1st. The hours will be 8:30 to 7. We will have 18 locations open. We had 22 locations open for the general municipal. The general municipal runoff will have 18 locations. You'll be able to go to fultonelections.com for those locations.
As with any election, you can cast your vote as long as you have one of 6 forms of ID. If you aren't able to make it to the polls, there is still an absentee ballot option. And if you did not vote in the special and general election, you are still eligible to vote in the runoff. So what does the future hold for the region of Atlanta? We'll tell you in our district by district coverage next. Fulton leaders get a first-hand update on the state of the region and the effort to provide blankets and love for Fulton's homeless citizens. It's underway. Here's this week's District by District coverage. We began with the Atlanta Regional Commission's annual State of the Region breakfast. Vice Chairman Bob Ellis, along with Commissioners Liz Hausman and Lee Morris, all attended the event to hear not only what's on the horizon for the region, but also how future projects may impact Fulton County.
We got a great story to tell in the Atlanta region. It's a fabulous place in every respect, but we've got some challenges. Obviously, transportation is still a major concern to our people, as reflected in our survey. We've got to worry about education, certainly. We've also got to worry about affordable housing.
One of the most important things that the ARC is helping Fulton County with specifically is our Fulton Transit Expansion Study. They've facilitated it, they've brought our consultants together. They've really been the driving force behind the effort. Shortly we'll have a plan to present to the community, and who knows, perhaps we'll actually get mobility expansion in Fulton County.
We are a very diverse community in so many ways, and so many of us have different experiences and expertise we can bring to the table, but it takes a willingness for us to come to the table together, talk about different ideas, forge solutions, and agreement to forge ahead in order to move the needle. So that was the main idea we were trying to get across.
The Atlanta Regional Commission is the regional planning and intergovernmental coordination agency for the 10-county Atlanta region. District 3 Commissioner Lee Morris joins Atlanta officials as they celebrate the completion of the first phase of the Beltline's East Side Trail's southern extension. The Atlanta Beltline Incorporated and the Atlanta Beltline Partnership hosted the Marking a Mile ceremony. Fulton, the City of Atlanta, and Atlanta Public Schools are participating in the tax allocation district, which provided $15 million of funding toward the PATH project.
This hub that's the trail, and the hub that's going to be the transit, but particularly the hub that's going to be the trail, isn't just about this neighborhood. It isn't just about the city of Atlanta. It really isn't just about Fulton County. Because when you look long term at the paths that are going to connect, the spokes that are going to connect, this is truly a project that's important for the entire region.
The new East Side Trail addition runs for 1 mile from the previous terminus at Irwin Street south to the new terminus at Kirkwood Avenue. District 5 Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr., in cooperation with the Fulton County Department of Housing and Community Development, will once again sponsor a drive to collect winter coats, clothes, and blankets to help those who are in need during the holiday season. As a part of the Blanket Atlanta with Love initiative, bins are placed around Fulton County to gather blankets, coats, ponchos, and other cold weather clothing for those in need. Last year's drive proved to be successful.
It is a great need, especially this time of year where there are homeless citizens. They need clothing and things to keep warm. It's something that we should be doing. And every year the commissioner can have this is great. If we can get more turnout, it'd be even better.
This is the final week to donate items. The new and gently used goods collected will be distributed next week at the corners of Mitchell and Peachtree Streets. And finally, in District 6, Commissioner Emma I. Darnell wraps up her quarterly Mighty 6 town hall meetings. The commissioner and county staff heard from residents about everything from public safety to transportation.
I'm very concerned about getting sidewalk on Cascade Road. That's a very big concern for me. I would love to see some sidewalk on Cascade Road.
I'm glad I came because now I understand what pollution is and know it's pollution. And I know the areas that are affected by it, and now I'm a more informed citizen by coming out tonight.
Commissioner Darnell says this type of feedback is exactly what the county needs to best serve the people.
We want to express our appreciation to the staff that was here and that made such good presentations. They not only had a good forum, but they had something to talk about. But I want to thank the residents so much. This very building that we're in right now was built because they came to me years ago and said they wanted this building. It's for meetings like this tonight, one-on-one, that we get most of the best information in terms of what the government needs to be doing with the people's tax dollars. So we want to thank everyone for coming out tonight.
If you were unable to attend the Mighty 6 quarterly town hall meetings, you can still submit your comments or concerns directly to the commissioner's office. When Fulton Today returns, Fulton's environmental health team takes legal steps after a restaurant repeatedly fails the inspections. We'll explain coming up. According to the National Center of Addiction and Substance Abuse, some 65% of all U.S. inmates meet some sort of medical criteria for substance abuse addiction. And get this, of the 65%, only 11% of them actually receive treatment. Well, the good news here, Fulton County's numbers are much better, thanks to the Superior Court's Accountability Court program. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega explains.
And I really want to commend our transitioners for succeeding through to the end.
With friends and family there to celebrate the big day, these one-time Fulton County inmates are now productive, positive, and clean members of society.
Look at me now.
One by one, Superior Court Judge Doris Downs read the testimonies for the graduates of the Behavioral Health Treatment Court program.
This program is where individuals come when they are released from jail. We try to find housing. We require that they go to the doctor, get a diagnosis, get the updated meds, stay on their meds, stay off alcohol and drugs, get treatment in the community so that when they do transition after 18 months with us, they are able to continue to receive that support.
The judge says the Fulton County Jail has a large population of individuals with a mental health diagnosis. And of those, she says most are not on medication, a primary reason that many were arrested. The county's focus is to get these individuals diagnosed and into treatment so that they are not lingering in the Rice Street facility.
I was on a terrible road.
Fathan Gooding was diagnosed with schizophrenia and credits this program with saving his life.
I was off the track for 14 years. I lost my life for 14 years in the streets doing this, that, and the third, and to become this new person that I am today, because of this program, I was forced to stay on the right track, and I'm grateful I was forced to be on the right track because I don't do drugs anymore, I don't do any of those things anymore, and I would never go back to those things anymore.
And now that each of the graduates has completed the program, they can begin a new chapter of their lives, a life that they say is better thanks to their second chance. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. Fulton's Board of Health's environmental health team, well, they turned to a judge for help following a restaurant's failure to adhere to some of the inspection guidelines. Owners of the Hong Kong Harbor restaurant were ordered by the Environmental Health Services Division to cease and desist food service operations pending the outcome of this court hearing. With recent inspection scores of 42, 41, and 29, the restaurant was told to close but failed to remain closed. The environmental health team used its legal recourse to address the matter, as it does in all similar incidents. The magistrate court judge decided to
They've pleaded guilty, and what's going to happen is they'll have 6 inspections in the next 6 months. Can't score below a B, and they can't have any critical violations, and the 6 inspections are totally unannounced.
The environmental health team routinely inspects all restaurants in the county. You can see the scores for yourself on the county's website. Meanwhile, in an effort to keep the community environmentally clean, the county hosts its quarterly bulky trash amnesty day. Cars lined up at the Merck Miles transfer station with people ready to dump all of their big unwanted items for free.
I recycle some old doors, old furniture, and mattresses.
I love it. I appreciate it. In fact, I'm over 70 years old, and so they came to my house and made a pickup also.
The county hosts the free bulky trash days to keep residents from illegally dumping.
Help keeps the community clean, streets clean, abandoned properties clean. So this is a wonderful program.
Residents can be fined for illegally disposing of trash, furniture, and tires. The county's Merck Mile Transfer Station and the Creel Station is open year-round. And still to come on Fulton Today, celebrating the life of authors, both past and present. Stay with us, everybody. Fulton County literary fans get to meet their favorite authors. The library system recently held its Milner Award event at the Rialto Center for the Arts. The Milner Award winner is chosen each year by Fulton County and City of Atlanta elementary school children who vote for their favorite living author and then get an opportunity to meet the winner in person.
They can vote on the milneraward.org, which is the website. They can also grab a link to that from our website, which is afpls.org. They vote all year long. We cut off voting on April 1st, and that's how the author that is selected from that voting time period is who we see in the fall.
This year's winner was Big Nate author Lincoln Pierce. The beloved author talked about his life as an author and how he got started as a comic strip writer and illustrator. He even demonstrated how he illustrates Big Nate.
The Big Nate series, much like last year's winner, Captain Underpants writer Dave Pilkey, is very popular with boys and girls as well, but lots of fun, potty humor, but really the most important part about it is that it gets the children reading.
Created in 1982 using a gift from Atlanta school teacher Vera Milner, the Milner Awards is a creative way to get young children excited about reading. And finally, speaking of literature fans, the Central Library celebrates the birth of one of Atlanta's favorites. The Central Library celebrated Margaret Mitchell's 117th birthday. Visitors were taken on a special walking tour of the Gone with the Wind author's collection that featured seldom seen items.
Well, I have a photograph book, a scrapbook of photographs that were taken when she was a young lady with several of her beaux, and there's a lot of action photos in there. I hardly display this item because it's very fragile. I also have the original Pulitzer on display. We don't usually have the original out due to damage from lights, so I brought it out special.
Along with the tour, there was a pretty cool giveaway and a limited supply of souvenirs for visitors to purchase.
Her family has a long history with the Atlanta Fulton County Public Library System, and we always have her material here on display, which was her wish that the public could come and see it for free.
After breaking her ankle in 1926, Margaret Mitchell began working on a novel that turned into Gone with the Wind. Published in 1936, Gone with the Wind made Margaret Mitchell an instant celebrity and earned her the Pulitzer Prize. It was also, by the way, the only novel she ever wrote. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to connect with you online. You can watch a replay of this show and any other FGTV program anytime on our YouTube channel. And be sure to follow FGTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.